Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Global Salvation Prophecy Station. The gospel can be found in 1 Corinthians 15, verses 1 to 4. The ABCs of salvation is A, admit you're a sinner, B, believe Jesus is Lord, and C, call upon his name. All can be found in the book of Romans. We have some world news air for you today, everyone. This one came from War News 24/7. The Russians appear convinced that Warsaw has decided to enter Ukraine with a peacekeeping force. He is simply waiting for the green light from the White House to overtake NATO. NATO countries are launching along the border of Belarus, where they are deploying dozens of armored vehicles, artillery, and tanks to launch the Bull Run 18 exercise announced by the Polish Minister of Defense a few days ago. These forces are just 3 kilometers from the border of Belarus, which shows that maybe NATO is preparing for a new challenge and is probably preparing to send peacekeeping forces into the Ukraine. In addition, the Ukraine ambassador to Poland directly states that full preparations have begun for an attack by the Russian Federation of this country. Even approximate dates have been given from the end of March to mid-April. Warsaw has not yet made the final decision, as he is waiting on U.S. President Joe Biden, who is visiting the country as a part of his European tour. However, receiving the blessing of Washington, Warsaw must independently anticipate all of the negative consequences that may be caused by his action. In French news, for the first time in almost 4 decades, France has raised its nuclear alert index. 3 ballistic missile submarines set sail spontaneously in response to the recent Russian threats in the use of nuclear weapons. The last time 3 French nuclear-powered submarines were deployed together was 10 years before the end of the Cold War, during the U.S.-Soviet Union mid-range missile conflict in Europe. In particular, 2 nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines with nuclear warheads sailed from their base patrolling in unannounced areas. These 2 submarines will be joined by another one who have been developed at a secret location. The decision of Emmanuel Macron was taken at the urge of the French general, who is the head of the country's armed forces. French submarines are at sea as a measure to prevent and deter the use of the Russian nuclear war. UK news. The latest data published by the UK Health Security Agency confirms that double and triple vaccinated population in England now accounts for a shocking 92% of all the COVID deaths. Every 4 out of 5 of the deaths are among the triple jabbed. But what's more concerning is that the deaths among the vaccinated population in the past 4 weeks are doubled. And the number of deaths recorded among the vaccinated population throughout December at the height of the Omicron wave, whereas deaths among the unvaccinated population has halved. So the mainstream media narrative has changed from trying to manipulate the public into living a life of misery and compliance through the fear of the virus, to trying to manipulate the public into living a life of misery and compliance through the fear of World War III. But the government has solely focused the conflict in Ukraine so while they quietly publish data that proves the experimental COVID-19 injection campaign has already been an absolute disaster. So folks, the truth is coming out slowly, little by little, but it'll get there. U.S. news. Donald Trump on Thursday, March 24th, sued his rival in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Hillary Clinton, and several other Democrats, alleging that they tried to rig the election by tying his campaign to Russia. The lawsuit covers a long list of grievances the Republican former president repeatedly aired during his 4 years in the White House. And it comes to continue to falsely claim that his 2020 election defeat by the Democrat President Joe Biden was a result of a widespread fraud. Ketanji Brown Jackson, President Joe Biden's U.S. Supreme Court nominee on Thursday, moved closer to securing Senate confirmation in the next 2 weeks, while experts from the nation leading lawyers group dismissed Republican claims that she was soft on crime, including child pornography. As the Senate committee held the fourth and final day of Jackson's confirmation hearing, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the chamber was on track to confirm the federal judge to a lifetime job before their break at Easter of April the 8th. Canadian news. Canada's ruling Liberal Party opposition, the NDP, has reached a surprise agreement that claims to keep the minority government in power until 2025. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said on Tuesday that the government, with a minority seat in Parliament, like the one Trudeau now leads, tend to last an average about 2 years, but this rare written agreement could permit it to go the entire 4-year term. The leader of the NDP party on Tuesday ruled out a former deal to keep the minority Liberal government in power, but added he was willing to support Justin Trudeau. And he told the news conference when asked about the media reports that the two parties might come to an agreement to keep Trudeau in office for 3 years, he said that there are things that they both agree on. So, folks, we may have Trudeau in office for longer than some may think. Okay, so my opinion in the news today. My opinion is clearly my opinion, and clearly many others, is that we are headed for a new world order, which will give us a new world government and a new world religion. People will have no rights left. Biden, a couple of days ago, announced a new world order is coming, and he said that the U.S. should lead it. So all of these conspiracy theories that have been talked about in the past 2 years are coming to light. I can remember mentioning the New World Order about 1.5 years ago and was laughed at. Here we are a few months later, an announcement has been made that it is in process. And the list goes on. But on a biblical note, those who follow prophecy and the Bible know and understand what this is all about. And we also know what comes next. It's all a part of the rise of the beast. And the mark of the beast will soon be announced, with some information already out there. They do it slowly and use other world events like COVID and the war to keep you occupied while they make the changes and lead you to believe that it's for your own good. Other things to come in the near future will be the cashless society, food shortages, and the digital ID. It's just a matter of time. Read your Bibles. It's all in there. If you need a Bible, email me and we will send you a free one. The email address will be in the description box. The end is near, people, and as Pastor Paul Bagley says, give your life to Jesus Christ. We are running out of time. Until next time, we will see you here or up there. God bless.